Hey, happy Saturday. I think it's Saturday. I lose track of the days sometimes. But here today, I'm going to show you the leftover carnage of my lemon fire. I went ahead and did this before I videoed because I tend to make a mess of things when I try to hold the phone and video things. So I went ahead and did this. And yes, I'm burning things inside because it's a trillion degrees outside, and I'd rather risk burning my house down than be out in like the 80-degree terrible Mississippi weather right now. So for this experiment, if you're ever stranded in the wilderness with a lemon and some wire and some copper clips and zinc nails, then you're good to go. You'll have a fire. So I had some zinc nails. I could not find copper clips, so I found copper plated nails, some coated wire, and then just some basic wire to go between my nails. So what I did, we put 6 of the zinc nails, 6 of the copper nails, connected the second and third zinc and copper nails, and then so forth, made like a little ladder situation. Then I left 1 zinc nail and 1 copper nail, the one zinc nail on one end and a copper nail on the other end that weren't connected. So the zinc served as my negative and the copper was my positive end. It's basically just making a battery. And you could actually do the same thing if you took a 9-volt battery and put it against steel wool. It would also make it catch fire because it's going to generate a little bit of electricity, and it's going to heat up that steel wool that's flammable. And then I had a little bit of paper towels just to use to make my fire actually take off. So what happens with this is the acid in the lemon is going to act as an electrolyte. It's going to react with those metals, and it's going to cause an electron imbalance, which then that's going to create a small current. I think it's about 1 or 5 volts of current that this will create. And then of course you use that steel wool and you put the 2 ends of wire to that, and it creates that current and it catches fire. And then your tinder, of course, this flammable, is going to catch fire further. Like I said, you could do the same thing with a 9-volt battery. I didn't have any lying around, or I was actually going to try that as well. But yeah, so it's not a super practical fire starting situation because you're really not going to have these random items on hand most of the time, especially if you're somewhere that you actually need to start a fire. But it was a cool experiment. Cool to make a battery out of items that you wouldn't necessarily expect to make a battery out of. And of course, I always like to burn things and cause a little bit of carnage on a small scale. So this was a fun one. I actually didn't fail this week at trying to make my experiment work. So this was a good week. Hope everybody else has a great week, and I'll see y'all next week.